we're just going to touch a little bit on your journey with the COVID. Okay, you see me better? Am I cute, girl? Now, speaking about your journey with, COVID, let's touch on that, because you came out and you shared that you have gone through, something that we are all kind of like, if you haven't been there, you're scared of it. Even if you have it, you're scared of it. And it's such an emotional, journey, I would imagine. And so I just wanted to find out, how are you doing, firstly, and how have you been, and just take us through your journey with finding out, and how, how that has been for you.
Well, first of all, the fact that my son is back with me means that I am now COVID free because he was not with me for almost 4 weeks. I had to keep him away from me to protect him from the virus. And he was at his dad's place, and I thank God for, just having a very co-parenting relationship, with Prince's dad. He's such a great dad. So he kept him, away from me for almost 4 weeks. And COVID, guys, the reason why I posted that video was because I wanted people to know that it's real, it's thing, because people are so ignorant about it. People are so nonchalant about it. They're like, strong. And I'm like, guys, do you know how people are dying out there? I'm one of the lucky few that, yes, there was a point when I ended up in hospital. In fact, the Monday that I posted that video, I ended up in hospital. Because
really?
Yes, I was having, I just after sending it, like, I had been experiencing chest pains for the past 5 days prior to that video being posted. And then my chest pains just got really, really bad. Like, it got worse. And then I called a very good friend of mine, like, he's one of my best friends, he's a doctor. And I said, this is the situation that I'm experiencing, and there's too much compression in my head. Literally, I felt like someone was doing this to my head, It literally felt like someone squishing my brains together. And I felt like something, like it's going to explode or something's going to happen. So I said, I can't. Like, I'm not okay. Something is wrong with me. I thought it could be my heart. Like, I could be having a heart complication, because I had read that a lot of people were experiencing complications with either the chest or the heart, like, different organs. So I rushed to hospital, and they worked on me literally from like 2 in the afternoon until midnight. And my doctor said, I actually don't want you to sleep here. I think this could be the most dangerous place for you to be in. And it's an amazing private hospital in Pretoria that is one of the best in the country. But he was like, I want you in the COVID ward, because you are not as bad as the people that need oxygen. And I could hear people that needed oxygen in that hospital. They sounded terrible. They sounded, I'm sorry to say it like this, but they sounded like death. They sounded like they were dying.
Yeah.
And if there was a gentleman next to my room, I will never forget that sound. It haunts me till today. Like, that man, I heard him gasping for air from 2 p.m. until midnight once I left. Like, I couldn't, until the next morning around 1 a.m. when I left. I was just traumatized. It's a traumatizing thing to go through. The mental strength part is very important. And anybody that goes through COVID will tell you the exact same thing, Jorge. COVID is not for sissies. It's definitely not for sissies. And if you do not have mental strength, or you're in trouble. You're in big, big trouble. I'm someone whom has suffered from panic attacks, anxiety, most of my life, since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And, I don't talk about it because I've been fighting it. And I remember on one of the nights, during the 14 days isolation, my younger sister Vicky was with me, and I remember she had said, to me, stop fighting it. Just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge this thing that's happening. It's okay. Let it go and just stop fighting it. Because the more you fight it, the more you're running out of breath. Because I don't know if you've ever had a panic attack, my love.
No.
Okay, so a panic
Maybe
attack.
I've had mini ones. I think I've had my own version. You know, sometimes we're very nonchalant about things. Maybe you know, I do have a lot of anxiety at times, and I do feel like tight, but I can't say officially I've ever been treated for something like that.
Okay, so so the best way I can describe a panic attack is that it feels like you are drowning. That's one of the one of the things that it feels like. It feels like you're drowning. It feels like you're gasping for air and it's not coming, like you're not breathing properly. And it just feels like there's so much confusion, like you get cluttered, and it feels like you're in a whirlwind. Feels like you roller coaster, and it's all happening all at the same time. It's a terrible thing to go through, you know? It's a terrible thing to so COVID came, you know, for me it like shot up my anxiety attacks to a point where people will think, you know, because you'll be like this.
Yeah, like, like, oh, why, are you behaving like this? It's even like, oh, you must be exaggerating, maybe, perhaps, or like, why are you?
And people think we're actor because, you know, it's not because you're an actress. When I saw comments everywhere. The people that follow me on Instagram are so kind. I don't even want to lie to you. I hardly get negative comments. I must be honest. Like the people that follow me on and that leave comments are so nice to me, and I appreciate that. Twitter, on the other hand,
don't even talk about it. I mean, it's just negativity upon negativity. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
It was, oh, she's seeking attention. Oh, she's acting. Oh, she just wants more followers. Oh, she's being paid by the government. She's being paid by Department of what. And I was like, guys,
really?
I literally put myself out there. I'm a very private person. I don't put my life out there. If you check my Instagram, I hardly post, you know? But I was like, you know what? I feel I need to do this. This is the right
something. You need to be responsible to share your journey.
Yeah, because there was also this stigma. There was also this silly notion, no, this thing ikraba to balinko makeishining that are you know, it doesn't get people that are that are doing whatever, you know, there's
whatever, like this a type of person.
This type of person that gets, and I'm like, I remember at some point they were saying, no, you can't get infected with COVID if you're black. Hello.
Yeah. It was that whole thing. Yeah, well, girl. Hello.
And now it's like, guys, it's actually attacking Runa Batwaba more, you know? And that's because we are so nonchalant, we are so irresponsible. We get at this ring and we think we know what we're doing, and there's this silly attitude, no, Nike yo, they end up hospital. They end up
and you know, and like I've been having conversations with my friends and things like that, and it's just so crazy to me that people only believe, people want to see people dying, people being sick before they actually get that something is real. And it's so crazy to me that that's how we are as a society.
So because I recovered, people are not believing it, and because I'm talking and I'm all good, I look okay on that video. And I was like, guys, deep down inside, I even said it on the video, I'm experiencing chest pains from hell. I've got this headache from hell. And everybody that goes through COVID is the same thing. Guys, chest pain limo. Besides that, there's the whole, I remember I had diarrhea for like a week straight. I couldn't taste anything. And I love food. I'm a foodie. Oh, I love food.
Yeah, me too. I love food too. Like, I genuinely love food. Me and you, same WhatsApp.
We're like this. Depressed about the food element. I wanted food so bad, and I would eat, but I tasted, and you can see already, like this food is nice, but I can't eat, and that annoyed my soul. So I couldn't taste.
Yeah.
Like almost a week. I couldn't. Oh, then I remember there was a night when I woke up and I was soaking wet, and I was like, okay. I think it happened for like 2 nights, the soaking wet thing. It wasn't too hectic, but for me, it was just having to control myself mentally. And yeah, the diarrhea took a toll on me. Like it was too much.
Yeah, your energy levels. Now, who was like, okay, because your son had to leave. Sorry, just hang on a second. Hi, Bo. I'm sorry. Just babe.
Oh, babe.
Babe, babe.
I love
Just hang on. I'm so sorry.
that is so funny. Oh, is the network bad? I'm sorry, darlings.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, you're making noise.
Anyway,
I'm so sorry. So anyway, like
my boy.
I just want to say, like, okay, so who was cooking for you? Who was cooking for you? How were you managing to, like like how, because you said your son was gone.
Yeah.
So who was taking, like, how were you managing everything?
My baby sister Victoria, like she was so strong, she was so brave, and she said, I can't leave you. I have to be here with you. There's no way I'm gonna leave you in this condition alone. And so I stayed away. Oh, and auntie, auntie is just, oh, I love her to bits. And she was also so brave around. Now, what we did is we made sure that we don't touch the same things, eat with the same cutlery, or use the same crockery. And we were away from each other, but we were in the same house.
Yeah.
I did make sure that my sister was tested. Like I was never in close contact with auntie. Like she stayed very far away from us. And I made sure that my sister got tested, and she tested negative, and she's absolutely 100% healthy. But what we did is that whatever treatment I was taking, all of them were taking. So everyone that was in the house.
Okay.
So everything from, can I share what I was taking? It's very quick.
Yes, please do. I wanted to say, please do share some of the things that you did use so that people can know what works.
Okay. So in the mornings, right, I would have like a very healthy breakfast. And the thing with COVID is that you got to be alkaline. So that means darling, I'm big with these terms now. Okay. So
yeah. Okay.
That basically means you must have, things like lemon, things like avocado, things that are like the greens and the yellows, tabodi lemon, especially lemon, your gingers, your garlics, that's alkalining your body, right? Anyway, so the first thing in the morning, what I would do is, it's having a glass of lingana. I'm sure some of you have heard. There's a herb that everyone is drinking called lingana.
Is it called msonyan? Is this msonyana thing?
Yes.
Okay. So what is in there? What is in there exactly that is helping people?
That I think most of us have in our garden, actually. And
is it
very close to, I think the best way I can describe it is that it's close to how we shebile ne okare plant ya lavender. How we shebile.
Yes, because the one wanyana I boil like ikariki lavender or peponyana or something inyana,
Yes. It has that type of look, that type of velvety look. Okay. So yeah, I would boil that overnight so that in the morning, that's the first thing I have. I heat it on the stove, have a glass of that. It tastes horrible. There's nothing nice about it. But
okay, let me stop you right there. Sorry to interrupt. Where do you get it from? Where do you buy it? If you need it, where can you buy it?
Okay, so I was hooked up by a friend of mine who has a friend that is selling it. The guy's name is what's his name? The guy's name, what's his name?
Okay, you know what you can do? Okay, for everyone that's watching, some of these things, let's say you can't eat whatever, maybe you could like refer them on your page. Maybe they can go on your stories, and when you remember the names, you can write them there, and people can
Absolutely.
also get their names from there.
Absolutely. I can do
Okay.
exactly that. That's exactly what that's a great
Yeah.
idea. Thank you for that. That's a really great idea. So
Yeah.
after this live, I'm gonna post the guy's number, and he delivers at your house, which is fantastic. It's nice.
Yes.
He delivers it. He'll give you instructions on how to boil it. It's literally just like under a handful, from like, literally like this, from the packet. Put it in the pot.
Okay.
Fill up the pot. Boil for like 30 minutes. Drink it like you drink hot tea. Like he would even say, I know a lot of people are putting in body ginger, lily lemon, and it's just like, you know what? Don't interfere with the way it is. Just leave it alone.
Don't mess with it. If it's good, if it works, don't fix it. It's not broken. Just think it like that.
It like you know. So don't complicate.
Yeah.
Just drink it as it is. And you know, in the days, it's recommended that you drink it as much as you can. You can have like 3 to 4 cups a day. To be honest, I was drinking it like 3 times a day in the beginning. And then also there's something called cancer bush tea, also known as Sutherlandia, that you can get at Discam. If you want, DM me. I can. There's another place that you can get it. And just DM me if you want to know. But also, if like, I don't want to go through the explanation of what cancer bush tea does, but it does the same thing.
Yeah.
Let me call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was drinking that, and you can Google it. Just Google cancer bush tea, okay? And it's one of the things that I recommended to be taken during COVID, or whilst you're treating COVID. Okay, so I have that, and then I have my breakfast, which usually would consist of, you know, you can have your oats. Just stay away from milk. You cannot touch. I cannot stress this enough. Don't touch dairy. What dairy does is that it produces mucus. It produces.
Oh yes, yes.
So it's a big no. You're literally fighting. Like when you put dairy in your system, you are just messing up everything for yourself. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, because it's just because now already that is compromised. So you don't want any sort of mucus or phlegm build up within your chest. So you literally want to move away from anything that causes that, which is your yogurt, your milk, you just
cheese.
need to go on a vegan cheese.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need to go on like a vegan diet.
I was on a vegan diet for the first couple of days, and I think it was the best thing I did, because I wasn't even eating meat. Like, I was staying away from meat. Although at some point you do need to have protein, you know, because you get very, very weak. So I was taking something called Immune. Let me show you. I've got Immune here. So this is what my doctor recommended. I don't know if you can see this. This is
yes, Immune. Yes,
Immune.
I've seen it before.
And then this is Berocca. It's this simple, guys. It's that simple. So what Immune has is that it has 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, which is what we need on a daily basis, you know, especially when we're fighting this pandemic, right? And then it has a whole lot of other things like magnesium and zinc and blah, blah, blah. Now this one, Berocca, has all the vitamin Bs that we need, right? So it's vitamin B1, B2, B6, B12, biotin, magnesium and zinc. We need all of these, right? Our with COVID. And that basically, those are the vitamins that I take in the morning after breakfast. Like I said, my breakfast is look, anything from citrus fruit, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries. So I was doing all the berries, and I didn't know that all of those vitamin C. So literally have as much vitamin C as you can have in your breakfast. Sometimes just bread and a spread with mashed avo, and that is fantastic. That's alkaline at its best. You know, avo is amazing with alkalinity. And throughout the day, just have hot beverages, no milk. Just have literally, even if you're drinking rooibos with honey, stay away from sugar. Rather use honey. And that's basically what I was doing most of those days. I must say, in the first couple of days, I was on antibiotics because I did go to a doctor before I tested for COVID. and they put me on.
Okay.
And I do believe that those antibiotics help me a lot, because remember, antibiotics, they cleanse all the unwanted stuff. So I do believe they help me. So I would like to think, if you feel like you've got something, ask your doctor to give you antibiotics, and then also, do the other stuff.
Do all the other things.
The vitamins,
yeah.
And you might need your ACC 200s and whatever. Yes, treat it like a flu, but it's a little bit deeper than a flu, guys.
Yes, yes. And there are some things that are catalysts also within the medicine side of it, which is why it's important for you to go to your doctor and ask your doctor what medicine works, because I know they said some stuff is it's kind of like it actually makes things worse than it does make things better. So for those of you who've got like a plug where you get your medicine and you don't need a doctor, make sure that you are not self-treating, that you go to a doctor, and make sure that you get the right advice, because it is, it's kind of untested waters. So it's all good and well that we are getting advice from everyone, but it's also important for you to get advice from your doctor about what it is that you need to do.
I fully agree. All the stuff that I'm taking, I got the advice from my doctor, Dr. Chula, who is the most amazing doctor in the world. And I love him to bits. I'm obsessed with him. He's a very good friend of mine. Dr. Chula, who's at Life Jean Marais Hospital in Pretoria. And, he's the one that advised me on what to take, what not to take as well. And also, I was part of I still am part of a support group on WhatsApp of some of my friends. I was about to say some, but on this group of friends, we were all advising each other, and we happened to be taking the same things that, so it confirmed to me that I'm taking the right stuff. It's a support group, so they all tested positive for COVID, and we were just all supporting each other, literally checking each other every morning. Guys, how did you sleep? What symptoms are you experiencing? This, that. So we've been supporting each other throughout, especially the first 14 days. And we didn't all test at the same time, but we all came onto this group, and we waited until the last person tested negative or had completed their 14 days. But for instance, with me, it took me like 21 days. It didn't take me 14 days. It took me 21 days to be completely cleared. So there are others that are taking longer, So I guess it depends on your immune system and what you're using to boost it. But the other thing, because remember, when I think I even posted on the video. I mean, I think I had said on the video, I've passed my 14 days. I've completed my 14 days, but I'm still experiencing.
Yes, you did say, but you're still suffering from the chest pains. Yes,
all of that only ended after 21 days for now. For others, it was different. I know, my brother and my friend, he went through the 14 days and he was good, and he went and tested, and his results came out negative, and that's TT-MBA, So it's different strokes for different folks, guys. There's people now
for everyone. I see some people are saying a few things while you're chatting. Somebody was concerned.
Answer them.
So I just wanted. So some of it I'm just bringing it in because it's some things that are making people a little bit apprehensive. How was the testing for you? How was that experience for you? Testing for the COVID, like how was that? Because the way it really looks like, oh my gosh, I don't think I even want to do this. Did they do it through the nose or did they do it through the mouth?
Actually, mine was through the mouth. It felt like I was choking. I posted a video of it, but I remember like it went right inside my throat, and I remember that it tested twice just to verify if I really am positive. So the first time I went and tested, it was horrible. I choked my lungs out, And second time, it was also through the throat. It wasn't too bad. And both results came back positive. I had to get my son tested, and I had to, get his dad to take him and get tested, because once I got my test results, I had to move him out of the house, make sure he's with his dad, and make sure that he gets tested. and his results came back negative, but he was done through the nose. And I think it was posted on his Super Mash Insta stories. Yeah, babe?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
okay. And it was bad. Like, it was terrible. He cried his eyes out. And I thought, why would they do that?
Yeah.
Why didn't they do the mouth one? I think it's better with the one rather than the nose one, because it sounds.
Then the nose one, yeah, because the nose one looks really intense.
And I
It
know
really looks intense. But
they tell you, Hore, no,
I've spoken to friends. Yeah. Some people only have the nose test kits, and then some only have the throat test kits. Because I've spoken to some friends that have gone and tested. So it's kind of like it depends where you go, and you're just gonna have to deal with. Yeah, like whatever testing implements they have. So some places have the ones for the nose, and some places have the ones for the throat. So it just really depends where you go.
Horrible.
From what I have heard, that's
Horrible.
what basically decides what happens. But I mean, you know what? I think thank goodness that you are okay. Thank goodness that your family is okay. And you know,
God is so good.
For those people that are being negative about the whole situation, at the end of the day, you know that this happened to you, and like if this makes anyone else be more comfortable about going and testing if they feel like they are sick, you know that you can make it through. You know what I mean? And it's not something that, yes, it's scary, but I think what I'm getting from you is that, you know, you can get through it.
You can.
You know, as long as you're doing what you have been advised to do, that's the best
I think
that you can do.
People that have underlying issues are more at risk, you know. So someone like me, I don't have underlying issues. I don't have any health problems. I'm a generally very healthy person. I worry for people that you know, have the diabetes, the sugar, you know, any other like heart conditions. I worry about those type of people. Asthma, you know, I'm very, very concerned about those people. But otherwise, if you're a generally healthy person, you can get through it easily. If you're an overweight person, you might have a problem. You know, that's what I've noticed with. I notice a lot of overweight people are in trouble with COVID.
Yeah.
And you need to start looking at issues that weight how and in that instance. You know, but what's on, I'm seeing someone says, Grace, hi darling Grace. I see someone saying she has bronchitis. That's also a very big problem. So you need to stay home if you've got issues like that. You know, don't go out. Never go out and whatever. Oh, there's something that I wanted to say, and because my mind is running at 1,000 kilometers per hour.
Running all over. Okay, hopefully let's kind of simmer it down, have you play a little bit, and maybe this thought will come to you in the process. And you've shared so much. Yeah.
Before you carry on, and before I forget, I remembered what I wanted to say.
Yes, good.
And it's gonna be very controversial.
Okay.
Ne? It's gonna be very controversial. I might even get into trouble. Government-wise or whatever. I don't know. But I'm willing to take the risk, right?
Okay.
I feel that it is useless and pointless to test for COVID.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I feel like everyone should start treating themselves as if they have COVID, whether you've got symptoms or not. This is going to lessen the traffic in the hospitals. I read somewhere the other day that China does not have any traffic at hospitals. There's no more cases being recorded or whatever go China, because every household go China, yes, every household go China has a COVID case. But what they're doing, they're treating themselves and they're able to get rid of the virus within 4 days by steaming 4 times a day. Rona, you know, there's different ways of steaming. I mean, I saw someone saying ustima ka mohlonyane le Vicks the other day. I use eucalyptus oil and I steam in the shower. Even when I'm showering, I steam in there. I steam over the basin with a towel over my head or a blanket. There's different ways of steaming. You can find different ways that your chest.
That work for you.
Yeah, it's for you. So they're steaming 4 times a day. They're drinking hot beverages at least 4 times a day or every 4 hours. they drinking hot water with lemon, or hot water with, the other tea that I've been drinking, ginger, lemon, and garlic. This is what I'm drinking in here.
Yes,
Lemon,
garlic. Yes, I've heard about that one.
cayenne pepper, and honey. Okay, so I boil the ginger, garlic, and lemon. Once
Cayenne and
the turmeric, cayenne, and honey. So they're drinking hot beverages 4 times a day, or at least, or every 4 hours. And what was the other one? Oh, I forgot the other one. But basically, they're treating themselves going through that virus
as if they are
in 4 days. And so I feel like we could do the same thing. I don't see
so basically you're saying for you, I think, you know what, I understand what you're saying, in the sense that you think that we should prevent, we should be preventative more than reactive.
Let me go into detail as to why I feel it is pointless, right? Because let's say, fine, I decide, I'm done with my 21-day isolation. Let me go and get tested. So I go to an lab up the road, Momo Bryanston, and I decide, let me just quickly get tested. They test me, whatever way. The test results are gonna come back max after 4 or 5 days, because there's a lot of backlog, with tests. Everybody's testing. Sharp. Now, after testing, I decide, man, but there's Nicole way across the road here. Let me quickly go and grab something called Discam, and let me grab something called Tasha, since restaurants are open now. Let me quick grab something, whatever.
And then you catch it somewhere there.
Hello? Yeah. But my results,
you catch it somewhere there,
are going to come back negative. Ne?
Yes.
My results are going to come back negative 4 days later. My test results. They come back. Something, kai. Someone had sneezed on something earlier. I used the toilet or whatever. I flushed. I didn't wash my hands.
And you didn't sanitize enough.
Of my finger. And then I said, I'm feeling like there's something itchy. Scratch my mouth. Guys, then I contracted the virus again. Maradi result, negative. It's so pointless. Now I've contracted this disease.
It's kind of like a rat race. But you know what? Like, I think as obviously testing is just letting us know how fast this thing is moving. It's meant to just show us that we need to take it seriously. But I totally hear what you're saying. I think the testing helps us to highlight and know that we need to take this thing seriously. But I just think in general, everyone needs to be very proactive about what it is that they're doing, how they're doing it, and just not being comfortable with the fact that you've just tested. Testing doesn't keep you immune from the thing, from getting it from anywhere, because you can get it at the mall, you can get it anywhere. So I kind of understand what it is that you're saying.